Takes the three. It's hauled in by Barry. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against Memphis. West passes to Thompson. Back to West. Thompson sets the pick for West. Houston needs to get a shot. Smith, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Shoots from the corner. Second chance shot. The Rockets pull it in. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it for sure, as it is anytime you make a bunch of mistakes. All they had to do was follow their game plan, and that's exactly what they did.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Nice ball movement by Washington. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And here is West. Here's Thompson. That shot misses.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
To the right side. Here's Sarr. A three-pointer, no good. And a close game so far to the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Washington leads by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Give me a beat. And that's right up the shot. Give it up for the participant.
Welcome, everybody. Let's jump right in with a look at the Players of the Week. The Western Conference winner, Victor Wembanyama.
Tremendous effort lately for this guy, Victor, 7'4". This dude is 7'4". Folks, I mentioned because skills-wise, he's kind of like a small forward.
Lots of great NBA players from France, but he has a good shot at being the best of that group.
Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Michael Jordan really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Fades and shoots. It's hauled in by Barry. Barry's got 4 rebounds in this game. And for Houston, Thompson is out there with Barry. Then it's Alperen Sengun. Then it's Jordan. And it's West in at the point. Here's Barry driving inside. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
And taking a look now at stats for Sengun. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 13 points per, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's such a big part of what they do offensively.
Yeah, he's just got that nice feel, that sixth sense, knowing where to be on the floor to help his teammates generate points.
Barry, and the layup is good. Barry's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Houston.
And for a scorer of Barry's talent, converting inside the paint can seem effortless.
Pass to Song. Beyond the arc. The Rockets pull it in. Sengun's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Thompson kicks to Sengun. West, right side. Thompson for the triple. Not going to go that time.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And another miss by Washington.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Pass to West. And Sarr pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
From past the arc, drills the three-pointer. And Washington leads by 2.
You know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
In steals, 2nd in scoring, and they were 2nd in the league in terms of transition points. You have to have your track shoes on if you want to keep pace.
And last season, everything started with their defense. You mentioned their #1 ranking in steals. The pressure they put on opponents was nonstop. Sengun finds Thompson. Now West. Michael, fended by West. Pass to Song. And it's off from 3-point range. Rockets trail. Jordan outside. Now here's West. And some nice passing there by Houston. They double-team Sengun. Missed inside. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
For Washington, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And he knocks down the first one. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Thompson. And he makes both free throws. Rockets trail by 4. Jordan looking around. West outside.
2 minutes remaining in the second.
Smith sets the pick for West. Smith outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jerry West.
3 points.
West has got 3 assists tonight.
Jabari Smith went top 3 in the draft for his shooting. And boy, is that jumper pretty.
Pass to Song. And the layup's good off the glass. 6 points for him.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it out game.
West passes to Şengün. Outside Jordan. And here is Şengün. Back to West. That's tipped. A second chance effort. And the layup. Good by Şengün. Şengün's got his first 2 points. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Third is Amen Thompson.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
.59 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Song. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. And again, Washington no good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Brooks dishes to Jordan. Got a piece of it. Sarr with it. He's picked up by Jordan. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Smith sets the pick for Jordan. To the middle. It's blocked. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Washington out in front, up 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Smith sets the pick for Booker. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And for the Rockets, we've got him and Johnson. Devin Booker out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Smith, and it's Barry in at the 3 spot. Now here's Booker. Puts it up from 12, and Devin Booker in the paint.
Skillful make inside by Booker, able to find his spot for the finish.
A 3 ball. Drills it from outside. And Washington leads by 4.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Again, the miss by Booker. Washington shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Right on the bucket. And now a 6-point Washington lead. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. So both teams making some changes here. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. Now, he told his guys they can do this. In the huddle, he said, we've been here before and come back. So we know we can do this. We just have to believe. Inspiring words. We'll see if they live up to them. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Here's Barry. Rebound, Washington. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Lets it go with the 3. Rockets with the rebound. Barry's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Mitchell passes to Thompson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for the Rockets, Amen Thompson, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Michael Jordan is checked in for Houston. West comes in for Devin Booker. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. Washington leading now by 5. Inside, it's tipped, and the foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Boom, he jams it straight down.
An elite score, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I would not want to have to defend Michael Jordan. He is non-stop energy.
Michael Jordan taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
You know, the separator with Jordan from other guys is his drive. That's obvious in my mind. He wants to win more than most anybody else out there on the floor.
And so Jordan nails both of them. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Michael defended by West. They double him with Jordan. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rockets trail by 5. And stolen by Song. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Michael. Off target with his 3.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Pass to Şengün. Here's West. Thompson sets the pick for West.
Washington. Number 23. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
Now, here's Jordan. Defense is right there. A floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
It is a given. Jordan loves delivering in these big moments. When it's an important possession, he wants the ball and the shot.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. Şengün with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
Thompson sets the pick for West. It's deflected and stolen by Song. Rockets with the rebound. Outside, Jordan. Driving to the basket. Off target at the rim. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
It's not over yet.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
Do it. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to manage it.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Now a timeout called by Houston. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all. And that is a gigantic shot from Alperen Sengun, showing he can be counted on in the clutch.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Sengun passes to West. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Got it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
I don't know if they should actually look for the 3 here. That's a bit greedy. I'd take a good look, even if it's a 2-point basket. Take the high percentage shot.
Here's Jordan. There's the steal. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation.
the starting lineup for Washington.
And Grant, by now, many of the questions we had coming in.
Well, it probably wasn't easy getting that dressed up, but now the real work begins as they get set to defend their home court. Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Saturday, they'll head home to take on the Utah Jazz. Then on Thursday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And this is a perfect situation for them coming up. They'll be facing a lot of teams that they should beat, and those games will be at home. Can't ask for a better stretch of the schedule.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. They've got Jalen Green. Bam Adebayo is out there with Robinson. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Wells in at the 3. And for Washington, coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Count it good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. And it's Washington's ball. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the basket by Washington. Green kicks to Morant. And finished off by Morant.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Pass to Adebayo. Good on the three-point shot.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Here's Song. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
It's stolen. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Washington.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Now here's Morant. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Robinson pulls it in.
Well, come on, guys. Did you really think they'd shoot 100% for the game?
And a beautiful finish by Adebayo. Adebayo's got 5 now.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
You are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. And Miami making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And just a fantastic run of games for him. A look at the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and he's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately.
Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through. Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And it's Wiggins missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
And Miami making a change here. Ware's checked in. Will it go? It's good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Green. He has 6. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Drains it from beyond the arc. Adebayo's got 8 points.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
51 seconds left in the first quarter. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Washington shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Robinson's checked in for the Heat. Mitchell comes in for John Morant. He's off on the second.
A little breakdown there, letting him get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep, Green. Washington with the rebound. At the elbow, it's Zorn. Here's Michael. Stolen by Mitchell. To the inside. Here's Robinson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
In the corner, it's Saar. There's 10 seconds left in the first. 6 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Mitchell puts up a deep 3. That one's not going to go. Guys, Bam Adebayo getting it done for Miami. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Mitchell is out there with Rollins. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Robinson. And it's Ware in at the 4-man position. Yes, that goes in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Mitchell. Scoreless thus far. Wells is checked in for the Heat.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
On the wing, Mitchell. Last game he had 28 points. And that one drops. And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. For players, has the wear and tear already set in?
It can. Sometimes it's the accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you weary.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that one is good.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Both teams will make substitutions. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
The Heat with the lead. Pass to Wells. Robinson for three. Rebound, Washington. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
Well, it wasn't a pretty game as far as shooting goes, but ugly wins count just the same.
Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by David Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Intercepted. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Knocks down the 3 ball. He has 5.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to Ware. Mitchell looking it over. Now Wells fires the 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Heat lead by 2.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Michael. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Morant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Heat. They get it back, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Robinson's checked in for Miami. Bam Adebayo comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Here's Morant. Off the inbound, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Michael. And it's Miami with the rebound. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wells kicks to Morant.
Washington foul. Number 23. First personal foul. Second team foul.
34 seconds left now here in the second. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Basket counts. He's got 5.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Morant passes to Robinson. It's not going to go for him.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Washington leads by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, is the pay.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Thanks for joining us. The story through the...
In a tight game like this, free throws could be the difference. It would help if they could get some freebies.
Is that how you saw it with? And looking ahead, here's what's to come later on tonight in the NBA. And that'll do it for halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. They've got Robinson. Wells is out there with Adebayo. And it's Green, and it's Morant in at the point guard position. Connects on the 9-footer. Morant's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
This is what Morant does best, a natural scorer who does it in a variety of ways.
Clock at 6. That one goes in. He's got 7.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Morant with the steal. And here is Wells. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Adebayo. The 3 from Morant. Hits it from 3-point range. Morant's got 9.
And that 3-point shot has really evolved for Ja, becoming a bigger part of his game.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of action. Well, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the 3-point shot, but he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
Yeah, he has a good handle, doesn't he?
He's got a great handle.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Miami. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Washington. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And, you know, for the Heat, this season has been, it's been solid. but they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team could take it to another level if they get rolling.
Green with the rebound. The Heat trail by 3. Out to the wing. Morant, that's for 2. Can't nail the jumper.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Sarr's shot is off. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Robinson, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Robinson's got his second basket of the night.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
Sarr gets the bucket.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
Wells wide open, and he hits it to tie the game up. Wells has got 6 points. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks?
Yeah,
payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for Wells.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Pass to Morant. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score. Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, puts so much pressure on the defense.
Michael, headed by Green. Here's Michael. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Jalen Green. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Heat.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Ware's checked in, and it's Mitchell in for Jalen Green.
And surgical around the hoop. Robinson forces your hand as the defender.
Miami shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Washington. And Miami also making a switch. Rollins checked in for John Morant.
Well, not a perfect trip to the line, but he gets the one he needed to put them in the driver's seat.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Rollins the pass to Ware. Here's Rollins. Just 5 to shoot. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Lays it up off the glass. And now it's a 3-point Washington lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Mitchell a screen on Korver. Here's Wiggins. And the baseline jumper, no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Washington out in front. They lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Trust it. Good to great. Good to great.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Green dishes to Wiggins. Shoots from 14. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Wiggins has got his first 2 points of the night. Washington shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. We've got Wells. Jalen Green is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5 spot. To the paint. It's tipped. Now, here's Mitchell. Not a lot of room. There's a good screen.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
First team foul.
And Washington making a change here. Ariza's checked in.
Trevor Ariza.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And that one's good. Green.
Putting his size to use. Green's got great length, and it helps him there inside.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. Now, they preach the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Wells. Now, Wiggins. No good that time. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Washington leading now by 3. No good with the layup. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
David Robinson, Eagles fan of the night, John Wall.
The Heat trail by 3. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Outside for Robinson. Pass to Morant. Nice move. And Morant throws it down.
Just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert through contact.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Trains the three-pointer. Morant's got 19 points.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
And he dunks it down. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Pass to Robinson. Now, here's Wells. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Number 22.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
At the line for the Heat, Wells. 2 shots.
And Wells drops them both.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
There's Michael. Another shot. It's hauled in by the Heat. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Green. Launches a 3. That shot is off. Washington trailing. Here's Saul. He's guarded by Adebayo. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. It's his third foul of the game. Here's Michael. And he jams it with authority.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. From deep, Green doesn't go that time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
32 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Count it!
No fear in the eyes of Green. Willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
Here's Michael. And another miss by Washington. And they foul on 10.